up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry. I'm currently sick right now, so I don't know if you can tell. I think it might just be allergies, though, because it's not that bad. It's just my nose is nasally. As you can tell in my voice, that's pretty much it. My nose has been running and clogged at the same time. It's just really annoying. So that's why I'm using my headphones, recording on my phone. Huh. Okay, so that's kind of funny and ironic. So, a little while ago, a trailer for the new season of One Day at a Time came out, and one of the main topics that they discussed was that Elena was trying to figure something out to call her partner, Sid, who is, I think, gender fluid or agender like me. And Elena didn't want to use the word girlfriend because she knows that Sid is not a girl. So this whole thing is like she's trying to figure out what to call her. And I was saying that like this is such a great idea, that the fact that there's another character out there that's representing people in the LGBT community that get overseen, because you see LGBTQ, like lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer questioning, and then there's a plus at the end, but nobody really pays attention to that plus. So those people in the plus category are kind of overlooked. So when you hear these different words and phrases, people are like, that's not real. What is that? Why do you guys keep adding things? And it's like, it's not the fact that it's being added. Well, some of it is sometimes because people are finding new things about themselves and trying to figure out words for it. But not everything has just like always been added to it. What I'm trying to say is like, I am agender. Agender means that like I don't define as a boy or a girl. I'm not gender fluid where I feel like I'm both. I don't feel like anything when it comes to gender identity. So my pronouns are they, them, and it's hard because I'm already 16, so 16 years people have been referring to me as a girl. Oh, that's my firstborn granddaughter. Oh, that's my daughter. Oh, that's my sister. And I have a lot of siblings who are younger than me that don't really understand it. And it's hard to explain it to them when they're so young, and I never get to see them at all, except my little sister, Jen Marie. And she's like 3 years old, so it's not like she can really understand. So I comment on it. I'm like, I'm so glad that they're using someone to represent this part of the community. These two guys replied to my comment, and they're like, one of them was like, Agender is not a real thing. Oh, like, you're right, Agender is not a real thing. Agender is. If you're going to say that my gender identity is invalid, use the right term or learn how to spell correctly. And then this other guy comments and he's like, agender is not a real thing. There's only two genders, and that's boy and girl. And it's what science says. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, you have no right to comment saying that my gender identity isn't real. It's not valid. If you have your opinions, you can keep them to yourself. You are completely entitled to your opinions and you're entitled to share them, but don't comment on someone else's thing. Like, let them be who they are. And then I also said, and another thing, if you're going to bring science into this, you need to know that science says there are two sexes due to chromosomes and genes in your body, not genders. And then, as I started this video, he just commented back. He was like, what does agender mean? And that's what I want this video to be about. I can't tell you how every single person feels. Every single person who is agender like me. I can't tell you that we're all the same. I mean, that's completely bullcrap. Everybody is different in their own way, even in the LGBTQ plus community. And so I wanted to make this video for a long time, but I just didn't have the right motivation. I just figured, just whatever, just let it be. I mean, you only have 29 subscribers. There's really no point. But there is a point to this video. My name is Mickey. I am agender. Mickey is not my real birth name. It's what I prefer to be called because it's more of a gender neutral name. My real name, I decide not to share on this channel because, for one, privacy. I don't know who's watching this. And two, I don't want people commenting my real name on here and assuming that I am a girl. I use they, them pronouns. I know most of you guys are going to say, like, but you're only one person, and blah, 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 and it goes against proper English, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't. You just have to adjust the way you're talking. They are going to the store, not they is, because, like, this one person commented on one of my Musical.lys, or TikToks, whatever you want to call it, and, or I think it was someone else's that used they them pronouns, and then they're like, this person's like, what am I supposed to say? They is blah 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 blah, and I'm like, no. If you really knew proper English, then you would know that you would have to change not one but two words in that. And instead of he or she, it would be they, and instead of is, it's are. Not using someone's correct pronouns is just really disrespectful. It takes some time getting used to, but don't just go back on and say you're not going to do it just because you don't understand. I'm not saying that I want it to happen I do want it to happen overnight. Let's be honest. Anybody who is transitioning or is identifying as another gender that uses pronouns that aren't what they used while they were growing up, they're going to want it to happen overnight. But we're also realistic. We do know that it's not going to happen overnight. There are going to be slip-ups, but if you're not even trying, that's what really gets to you. It's hard to think about the people closest to you don't understand it, and when you try to help them understand, they kind of brush it off like it's nothing. And sorry. What does being agender mean to me? Being agender to me means that I don't have to conform to what people expect a girl or a guy to be. I don't have to expect to be all girly and preppy and be on a cheer squad, even though I'm the coach of one, but that's besides the point. And wear dresses, wear dresses and high heels and paint your nails and this and that. And then guys, oh, you have to be masculine and wear saggy pants and shirts and get a bunch of chicks and be really good at football and basketball and baseball and whatever sports there is. You have to be good at it. Being agender means to me that I don't have to conform to those identities. I don't have to conform to being in a specific box. I don't want to feel like I'm just another F written down on my birth certificate. I want to be able to play whatever sports I want. If I want to play sports, I want to be able to wear leggings and baggy pants. The point is, like, I shouldn't have to explain myself, you know, but I do. I do have to explain myself for people to understand. And even after I explain myself multiple times, people still don't understand. I just came out as agender like less than a year ago. In July, I was on a trip with my family. We were in New Jersey, and I was doing research because at that time I was identifying as gender fluid. You know, I really didn't care about pronouns all that much. I just didn't want people calling me a girl. I still now, I don't care if you call me a guy. I just don't want to be called a girl. For everybody out there who don't know who they are, it's okay to do research. You shouldn't expect to wake up one morning and know automatically the word you are, you know, because there's so much to learn about the LGBTQ community. Like I said, for the longest time, I was identifying as gender fluid. I was keeping it to myself and my play brother and my little circle online. Because he was the one who helped me figure out the whole gender fluid thing. But, you know, it just didn't fit right with me. So I did my research. I looked up and down through a bunch of websites. So I looked things up. It's not like I looked up what is agender. You know, I went through these LGBTQ plus groups on Facebook. I looked on the internet. I did all of my research until I found a word that I felt suited with. I came across agender. The point is, you're allowed to do research about who you are. You shouldn't just be able to know these things. You have to learn things. You know, our minds were created to be able to take in knowledge and to receive it and to give it out. So conforming yourself to one little thing because you're scared that people will think that you're invalid because you looked up what it's supposed to mean, that's complete bullcrap. I'm not any less agender just because I looked up the meaning. Okay? So, this is my story. This is who I am. I am agender. I use they, them pronouns, and I would love it so very much if you guys could use them too when talking to me or talking about me or something, for whatever reason that you're talking about me. So if you have made it through the end of this video and you are watching this and you are struggling, or you know someone who is struggling with their own identity, whether it's with gender or sexuality, share this video with anybody that you may know that might be struggling with their own self-conflicts, because they need to know that they're not alone. There is another person out there who's going through the same thing or something similar, and if we're not going through the same thing, you know, it's okay to open up to the people around you who, even if they don't understand, it's okay to open up to them. And if you're wanting for someone to understand, you have to figure out what it means to you, and then find someone, because they're not going to just be dropped in your lap. You know, not just gonna have this knowledge dropped into your lap or into your head, I guess. So, do your research. Go to any sites that you want, you know, and figure out who you are as a person. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not valid, because you are. You are valid in so many ways. Like, who cares what science says if they say there's only two sexes? Like, what? Does that even really matter, though? It doesn't. What matters is how you feel inside. If you feel like you're both genders, then you are both genders. If you feel like you're neither gender, then you're neither gender. If you're a boy trapped in a girl's body, or vice versa, girl trapped in a boy's body, then you are who you are. You know, and another misconception that I want to talk about before this video ends. I do not have split personalities. I don't feel like I'm multiple people at once. I just don't feel like I'm a gender, or any gender at all. That goes to my gender fluid people out there too. They are not multiple people. They just feel like they can be multiple genders, or both genders, you know? At times they'll feel like a guy, at times they'll feel like a girl, at times they'll feel like neither or both, okay? So, let me ask you guys a question. What is being whatever gender you are, whether you're a boy, girl, gender fluid, agender, and any other term that I may not know of right now, tell me what it means to you in the comments below. And if you don't want to comment it on, write it down on your notes or on your phone. Write a note down in your journal or on your phone or something. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for sticking to the end with me and listening to me ramble, even though I'm really nasally and my voice isn't the best as it should be right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Share this as much as you want with any of your friends. Like, I don't care if you're sharing this to make fun of me, as long as this story gets out and it reaches someone, just one person, I am totally fine with that. You can make fun of me and tell me my face is ugly or whatever, as long as someone who needs to see this video sees it. Peace, peoples, and you'll see me later in another video whenever that will be up. Sorry that I haven't been posting much, but this one needed to get up. As soon as I get more time, or whenever I start doing more stuff, that's when I'll start posting again. And this summer, hopefully, I'll have an actual schedule. So, yeah. Alright. But, yeah. Bye.